Welcome to the Extra Pass podcast presented by Melbourne United. I'm your host, Ben Hopkins, joined as always by my co-host, Adam Ballinger. Balls, how are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Just fine today.
Just fine. Yeah, good. I'm hot. It's hot outside. I get rushed in here. Was at the beach getting a tan, working on my freckles.
I mean, it shows. You're looking bronze.
Yeah, thank you. But I had to come back in on a day off because Rob was nice enough to come in on his day off.
Well, we're just dedicated. Another man who's dedicated. Another man who loves getting out and getting a tan, I hear. Rob Lowe, thanks for joining us.
Can't you tell? I'm pretty brown.
Yeah, I know. Just a couple of tall bronze boys next to me.
Yeah.
Rob, how have you enjoyed your time here in Melbourne? Obviously, you've come in as the nominated replacement player for this team. Can you talk me through a bit about, if you've enjoyed your time here in Melbourne, just enjoying the city?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my time here. Everyone at the club's been so welcoming to me, but especially my family as well, who came over for 4 or 5 weeks there in the middle. I really enjoyed my time. The city's nice. We're out in the suburbs a bit, so it's a bit far to our home games, but I really enjoyed it, and seen the guys win a lot, so enjoying that as well.
What's it like coming into a city that, I guess, as a pro, you've only ever come to as an opponent? What's it like making that switch and, okay, now I've only ever come to John Cain Arena in Melbourne to play against Melbourne United, and now I come here to play with them, and now I live here for X amount of time?
I'll correct you on that. We actually spent 6 months here for COVID.
Oh, yes, sorry, fair enough.
Multiple years over that. So
Didn't do your research, Ben. Got him, called him out.
Make me come in on the off day, and you didn't even do the research.
Lockie, edit all this out.
It's been cool. I've always enjoyed playing at John Cain, and it's always been one of my favorite places to play, and the fans really get behind the team here. So just to be on the receiving end of the support has been awesome, and it's a great city to be in, and enjoyed my time here.
And we're just coming off another sold-out game last night, obviously. Unfortunately, going down to the Wildcats, but just a crazy crowd, so loud, especially down the stretch when everyone was just hanging on every play. Can you talk to me a bit about what it's been like having these first 6 home games where I think all but one or all but 2 have been sold out, and I think we're averaging nearly 10,000 a game?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many people supporting basketball, and it just shows why we love the sport, right? Why we're all involved in this sport. It's a fun sport to watch. It's a fun sport to play, and I think the crowds are showing that. I think you guys in the office are doing a great job getting our name out there and getting the locals into John Cain, and
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
No worries.
Finally, someone throws it back to us. Sees the hard work we're doing.
Well, I think everyone in the organization does their role really well, and it's all a big family and a big team. So,
yeah, what was it like last night? Obviously, like I said, difficult scenario. You lose a few players early in the game. What did you see from the team? It was one you weren't able to suit up for, but what did you see from the team and how they responded? Guys like Tanner Krebs and Cole Bowen, who step up into bigger roles when Luke Travers and Ian Clark go down.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy start. 30 seconds in, we lose, basically lost 2 players right from the get-go. And, but that's basketball. It's a sport, and people get hurt, and that's the unfortunate nature of it. But Dino's done such a good job of building the team that anyone can step up. 1 through, 15 or 16 with DPs and me included in that. So KB did a great job. Tanner did a great job. Flynn stepped up as well. And we'll need that going forward. Anytime you're part of a team that everyone can step in and fill roles is huge. And to take it down to the wire last night, didn't get the result we wanted, and that's unfortunate. But there's a lot of things we can improve on, and there's a lot of things we did well.
Yeah, is a game like that galvanizing when you're heading into another huge game, the throwdown, a big rivalry game against Southeast Melbourne next weekend?
Yeah, I think everyone would have liked to play tomorrow to just get the loss out of our system a little bit. But I think anytime you lose like that, it always stings. But then come the end of the season, those losses, those close losses where you can improve on some things, it really helps. And if it comes down to the wire, last couple games of the season, I think these early games losses where it comes down to the wire and we don't quite get across the line, we learn from that, and come playoffs that'll help big time.
Yeah, I think balls, it's something that you've mentioned in the past, having games where you don't get the result you want, but it's one of those games where you get punched in the mouth and it sort of forces you to come together and identify the things that need to be worked on. Is that something that you sort of saw throughout your career in teams that had success?
Yeah. You never want to lose, and I don't think you ever want to have, like, you want to lean on learning lessons from losses. But with every, you're playing really well. We won 7 or 8 games in a row. Was it 7 games in a row?
It was 6.
6 games in a row.
Do your research.
6 games in a row. Feeling pretty good about ourselves, and we should still feel good about ourselves. But it just puts you back on track maybe a little bit, or makes you reassess and just look at some of things that have gone wrong. I mean, sometimes winning can cover up some things, and sometimes losing exposes those, and then you can get better from it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about the throwdown. It's, we're still waiting to see if we'll have that full roster and see who's going to be available. Or potentially you could come back in for that game. Opening game of the season, you were a part of it, that throwdown again. Being a part of those rivalry matchups, I think that's something every professional athlete loves being a part of. What did you feel in that opening game of the season?
Oh, there's just so much energy in the crowd and in the building. That's my first showdown, that crosstown rivalry.
Throwdown.
Do your research.
What did I say?
You said showdown.
Oh, geez. Sorry.
It allowed us to come full circle on that joke.
There you go. But the energy.
Cyclical.
Yeah. Well, circle, cyclical, same thing.
Yeah.
Let Rob talk, my God.
Jeez. Stop interrupting me. Do you want a guest on the show or not?
Goodness me.
Switch chairs.
Rob can host the second half.
No, just the energy and the excitement from it. You love to be a part of those kind of games, and to have another game this week to back up the loss, we'll build on that energy, and we're excited for it.
Are games like that a selling point when people are trying to get you to come into a team, or when you're considering your next place to play? I know it was a bit of a different scenario with you having announced the retirement, and then Dino, from what I hear, just didn't leave you alone until you signed. So what was that process like, and how did he sell you on the proposition of coming here?
Dino's quite persistent, isn't he?
Yeah.
I said no a few times, and he finally persuaded me. But to answer your first part of that question, I don't think people really look at the games as really a selling point, but they enjoy to be a part of them. Players look for fit and coaching and what their role is going to be and things like that. So just to go on that, but it's cool to be a part of still.
And the second part of that question, how did Dean get you here?
Persistence and I've got a great relationship with Dino ever since my childhood, when I was in the academy for the Breakers and doing 6 a.m.s with Juddy and Dino being around for that, and just going through from that and the history on that. So,
and when you looked at this team and how it was coming together and how he wanted you to play a role in this team while Joe was coming back from injury, did you just look at the lineup and just thought, there's just so much talent here, this is just going to be a lot of fun to be a part of?
Yeah, I mean, you see the roster and it's pretty exciting. Getting to play with Shea again. I haven't played with him for a few years with Tall Blacks and things. Just the roster's exciting. Like I said earlier in the pod, 1 through 16 can really hoop here. So just being part of that's cool, and just being part of this culture that Dino's put together is awesome. You really feel welcome, and that's important to me.
Are there any of the young guys who have maybe, when you came in, you might not have known a lot about them, but they've really impressed? You mentioned some of the DPs before.
Yes, basically everyone on the team's kind of impressed me. Huge shout out to the DPs, Bloggy, Leaf, TK, Foxy. I think that's everyone.
That's it.
But even like KB coming back from college, he's just his work ethic, his drive's been amazing. Seeing Flinney again, I played a couple of Toolbacks trips with him. Seeing his growth and his desire to, contribute's been cool. Just basically everyone. I've just enjoyed being part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to hear a bit more about your time here in Melbourne after the break when we get back to everyone's favourite segment. It's the much anticipated return of Fast Five with Balls.
Want to stay up to date with everything happening in Melbourne United? Download the Melbourne United app today. Filled with videos, audio and articles about your favourite team, it's the one-stop shop for everything Melbourne United. Download the Melbourne United app via the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android.
And we're back on the Extra Pass podcast presented by Melbourne United, and it's time for Fast Five with Balls.
Ready?
This is Fast Five with Balls.
Been waiting for this the whole time. Now we're on to the fun stuff. Yeah, they're hard hitting, so I hope you're ready.
So happy to be back at Fast Five. I got so many questions just
Everyone's
rattling
missed it,
around.
yeah.
Just every week, five more in my head. Too many, I can't remember them all. That's why you had to help me this week.
I know.
So this is a collaboration.
Had to narrow it
Yeah,
down
yeah.
for you.
This is a collaboration. Ben and I came up with these together. We're kind of one mind anyway, so it doesn't matter. So Rob, you are a big celebration guy. You're a big, like you kind of just shown up and you're just part of the team right away. I think probably due to your extreme lack of ego, probably helps. And just one of the guys fitting in. Everybody loves you. The front office doesn't shut up about you. Rob. Players seem to like, love having you around. The celebrations on the bench. Do you have a favorite one, or do they come to you? Is it something you've worked out before, or is it just comes to you in the moment?
Nah, it just comes to me in the moment. I just love providing energy off the bench. I've had great teammates in the past that might not step on the floor, and they're just the best hype men on the bench. So just being able to do that is huge for me.
It does it all. What is there a few main ones, like a 3-point celebration and a?
I mean, I just make them up on the spot. To be honest. Whatever comes to me.
I think my favorite one of yours, Rob, is just the lay, because you're just so big, so you're just so high up.
It's like a freestyle celebration guy, like Eminem kind of when he raps, freestyle raps.
Yeah, Rob's like Eminem in a lot of ways, I would say.
A lot of things, very similar. Okay, so you played at St. Louis in college basketball for 4 years. Now I got a lot of questions about that. So where are you from? A small town in New Zealand? I just imagine you're from like a super small town.
No, I'm actually from Auckland.
Oh, you're from
big
Auckland.
city.
Okay,
Why,
so
St. Louis is quite big. It's
no,
decent.
I know. I'm saying, so are you going from New Zealand to St. Louis, where, it's beautiful, but there's also areas you probably don't want to go into. I know that from Nelly. You know Nelly, the rapper?
I know of Nelly. I
Yeah.
don't know him personally.
Yep. Came to our games. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he really? Nice.
Sit courtside a few games. Yeah.
Did he have the Band-Aid?
He did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, from Nelly's raps, there are a few places you don't want to go in New Zealand. I mean, in St. Louis. Was it any type of a culture shock going over there, or was it? I mean, I guess you're from a big city. You'd played already around the world, probably a little bit. What was it like just going over there to play?
I think every time you change country, there's a little bit of a culture shock. I was pretty lucky. We had 2 Aussies on the team and an Aussie coach as well, so it kind of eased my transition over there. And it was a great time. Yet there was a little bit of violence around, but pretty sheltered on the campus.
Yeah, on campus. Yeah, I would say so. Is it a nice campus?
It's pretty nice. I think they've done a lot of upgrades since I was there, especially to the athlete things. Pretty jealous about that.
Yeah, well, you guys brought in all that money from being successful, and then you don't get to reap the rewards. Did you ever go to the Arch?
Did go to the Arch, went up the Arch.
I went up the Arch once too.
It's pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah, it's very small up there.
Oh, really?
Small windows.
I didn't even know you could go up it.
Yeah, you can go up it and then back down.
They put like 6 people in a little elevator. That
Yeah.
you sit like 6 people around this table, basically.
Oh, really? Sounds like heaps of fun.
And you're the St. Louis Billikens. Is a Billiken's a bird? Is that right?
No, it's like a little Buddha. It's like a little
is
good
it really?
look man from Japan. It was originated. Little fat little thing.
Learn something new every day. I did not know that. And you mentioned this off mic, but you guys lost to Michigan State in the tournament. How many years did you go to the tournament?
I went 3 years in a row. My last 3 years.
Nice.
So lost to Michigan. We actually made second round each year and lost every year we made it. So lost to Michigan State my first year against Draymond, and pretty gutted about that.
How far did they go that year? Do we know? Anyone?
I know they didn't win.
No, we haven't won since 2000.
Who was on that team?
I was. They need to get me back in there, back a part of the program. Okay. I think that was good. Sufficiently answered. That was like 10 questions in one. All right. You and Shay went 20-0 in one season in the New Zealand NBL. That had to have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talk about that, please.
I mean, spending the whole season without losing is cool. We had a very good team that year.
As a stacked team.
It was a stacked team. I think we had 8 players that played on national teams.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Is it best of all time, do you think? Probably.
It'd probably be up there in New
it would
Zealand
have to
League.
be.
Yeah.
Tied at least.
You add a couple of imports and that you would be competing in this league.
Yeah.
Like for the people who don't know, Sunday Detch, Tom Abercrombie, Ruben Tarangi,
Nick Cage, Jordan Nartai.
A young Anzac Rossetto was on that team.
Yeah, young Anzac. Yep. Leon Henry played Townsville a couple of years.
I remember Leon. Yeah. That's a heck of a team. I played over there in I forget what year. With Dino, we won a championship.
Waikato?
Yep, Waikato Pistons.
There you
Awesome
go.
shorts with the fire going up the side. I wore those forever. I wore them to death. We won it. We had a hell of a team too. Pero was on that team.
Yeah.
Pero could get away with anything in that country.
Yeah.
And on the court, it was like he could do it whatever he wanted.
Go.
Yeah. What are you going to tell him? Like the rest, no one's going to say anything. He was so much fun to play with. Tom Abercrombie was on that team too.
Were you part of the driving crew on that team? Because I used to drive down from Auckland.
We drove a
almost.
lot. I mean, Pookie Linden. You remember his name?
Yeah.
He was always the driver.
Oh, nice.
Scary. He got us everywhere. But just in one van, just driving. But it was a lot of fun playing over there. And it's like what you said, like you just with a bunch of guys who are, and especially if you're winning, driving, playing a game and just hanging out and, on the way home, you stop at 7-Eleven, everybody goes out and gets whatever, your snacks, and you drive home. It's just good times.
Yeah, great times. Didn't really have a bad film session. A couple bad games, but no losses, none of that feeling where you wake up in the morning, you're like, I could have done that better. And
It's perfect.
Winning.
Perfect season.
Perfect season.
You have anything to add, Ben, to that?
I've never had a perfect season, so.
Well, I mean, I
had a perfect season playing Division 2 high school rugby. So does that count?
That's big
No,
time.
it's not a rugby podcast.
Oh, we got a Kiwi
Well,
on the show. We got a
that's
Kiwi
true.
on the show. I'm not
That's
even.
true.
allowed to
We don't want to
about
talk about rugby.
All right, here we go. Next, do you think you're the happiest man in the NBL, like currently right now? If not, who are some other jolly guys walking around the NBL? Do you know?
I'm pretty sad actually. I'm pretty.
Oh boy.
I enjoy myself. I don't think I'm the happiest guy in the NBL. I think there's a few guys that could probably put me there, but not off the top of my head. I couldn't.
It's kind of it's a hard answer.
Well, I just feel like you're just
you
always
seem in
smiling.
Good mood, yeah, smiling.
I'm
good
a
mood.
smiler, and I like to enjoy my time. But
Just always smiling, chatting to the refs.
oh yeah, that's my way. I can't yell at refs. I've had years in the past where I'd scream at the refs and get a few technicals and things like that. So you kind of learn from that, and there's lines that you don't really want to cross.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit different now in your position. Like you've played well when you've been in there. You've come in, you're just kind of filling in on a good team, good people. Yeah, pretty envious of. Sounds like it looks like you're having a good time.
Well, we're winning as well, so that makes me
the,
smile.
The winning
you know?
thing is huge.
It looks
that
a bit
makes
sus if you're losing every game
Well,
with a
yeah.
big smile on your face.
Exactly.
winning makes everything better. Well, we've loved having you around. Everyone around here has. Okay, the last question, maybe the most important. We love this question here on
We do.
Balls Fast 5. And you're of age too. So what was the first CD you bought? How old are you?
I'm 32. Yeah.
32.
Yeah,
So
it's the CD.
Prime CD age.
Well, I
well,
was
not
probably
prime.
a little young.
I was
Yeah.
gonna- not prime.
I
Prime
want-
CD age is like my age.
Was it Savage Garden? Is that the band?
There's a band.
That is a
called
band.
Savage
Yeah,
Savage.
I had a Savage Garden CD and I had an Eminem CD, and I think I got them about the same time.
Eminem. Which one? Which was this his first album? That
Nah,
would've
it wasn't
been in-
his first one. It was
First album came out in like 99 because I bought that and Kid Rock at the same time. It was like two of the best purchases I ever made.
it probably was a couple of years after 99. Yeah. I don't
2000,
know if
yeah.
my parents would have let me buy a Eminem CD when I was 8.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have done that. But a couple of years later, you're only 10.
Yeah.
in
Zealand.
matured?
That always hits. Everybody loves that question. No one's ever said they do, but I assume everyone out there loves that question because everyone can relate, right?
Well, you get some young guys on nowadays. They don't know what
you
CDs
can't.
are.
Yeah,
so.
Then we talk about it like,
Didn't LT said he wasn't sure if he's ever bought a CD?
Ever bought a CD? He said he might have bought one for his sister, Fall Out Boy or something like for his sister. That was it.
That's incredible.
Good answer though. Savage Garden and Eminem, pretty wide range. Do you listen to a lot of different types
listen
of
to
music?
every genre, really.
What's the most recent CD you've bought?
Ooh. He bought that when he was 12. So
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I can't remember. Sorry.
All right. Awesome.
Well done, Balls.
Just another hit segment.
The return of
Knocking
Fast
it out
Five.
of the
Everyone
park.
loves it.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, it's been fantastic having you on the show. We're happy to get you in. Happy that you've been here. As Balls said, you've made a great impact on this team and hopefully can see you on the court if we need it for these last few weeks that you're here and make an impact and get a few more W's.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks.